The city of Madison has declared a snow emergency for tonight. That means cars in the Isthmus snow emergency zone must be moved. City officials say the emergency will last at least through Tuesday morning. The city of Beloit also issuing a snow emergency for tonight. In Milwaukee County, one person has died in a crash on I-894 and Highway 100. Sheriff's deputies dealt with more than 60 freeway crashes in an 8-hour period today, and there were no fatalities reported in a crash involving an estimated 50 vehicles. That happening in Germantown on highways 41 and 45. Those crashes, not the only ones of that magnitude. News 3's Danica Lewis picks up our team coverage. Danica?
Well, Jennifer, I can vouch for those flurries and the cold temperatures that Karin just talked about. And while this may be perfectly lovely weather for a sleigh ride, it's no good for a drive. You need proof? Just hit the road.
Well, they hit that slush and boy, they're gone.
When Wisconsin native Craig Legner heard the forecast, he hit the road early in his rental to catch his flight back home to warm Orlando.
And I don't miss it, really. I'm ready to get home.
Around Madison, you hardly drove a mile without seeing a slide-off or fender bender. A driver walked away from this wreck after a van slid off the eastbound Beltline lanes and went straight through a fence. Police picked up the pieces of a multi-car accident on I-90. But what happened in Madison didn't even come close to the snow-covered chaos around Milwaukee. 3 fatalities in the area, one in Racine County where semis were smashed on the side of I-94. In Ozaukee County, more than 50 vehicles were in a crash on I-43. And with roads as they are, Legner remembers one thing behind the wheel in this kind of weather.
Just take my time.
Take your time, indeed. Good advice for everyone out there. Madison Street Superintendent told us today it wasn't the layer of snow on top of the ground that actually made it a more dangerous commute, but the temperature of the road underneath of it. We saw some extremely cold temperatures over the course of this week, and that actually dropped the temperature of the pavement, which made it hard for the brine and salt that they laid down before the snowfall. It made it tough for that to do any good work and to really work for drivers as much as it usually does, Jen.
So we're approaching the Monday morning commutes. Should these drivers expect to see some plows and salt trucks out there in the city?
Yeah, we certainly hope so, Jennifer. They actually have about 32 salt truck operators ready to go for midnight. We were also told that if this reaches 3 inches, which it most certainly has, at least out here, that plows would also be put out tonight. So hopefully that will all make for a little bit easier of a commute tomorrow morning rather than what we saw today again over in the Milwaukee area. Quite amazing. I mean, more than 100 cars just involved in those crashes.
Yeah, quite a mess out there. Danica Lewis reporting for us tonight. Come on inside. Thanks. State Senator Kathleen Vinehouse involved in one of those big Milwaukee crashes. She had scheduled events in Racine and Kenosha, but canceled them before noon. Her Facebook page reported she was involved in the I-94 accident near Racine. She was taken to the hospital, but we don't have any word on the extent of her injuries tonight.